So I want to talk to young people. I want to engage the newly Youth Council, McDonough Youth Council, get ideas from them, hold town halls specifically for them, and then go from there. I don't want to push an idea on somebody that's younger that I think at 47 years old is great. So I want to listen to them and then make them a part of the process to implement it. Thank you.
Ms. Fraiser?
This is a great question. So when we're talking about our young people, that's part of in my initiative, inspiring connections with youth in our community. I am a professor at Southern Crescent Technical College, so as an adjunct there, I have high schoolers. I'm also part of the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. We have the Flex program with our high schoolers that want to get into entrepreneurship. Also, I plan on having an intern so that when I'm in office, I actually have someone that comes alongside with me, because I want more of our young people to understand local government is more than city council and commissioners. It is also the boards and being engaged in the community. So creating mentorships through local ambassadors like all of you in here that can mentor these young people. And again, I'm excited because we are creating those spaces right now in our community for our young people.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes. One thing that I have assisted in initiating was a job fair for the city of McDonough through the Goodwill Career Center. And I certainly want to keep that going. This is our second year that we've done this. And I definitely want to continue to do that, to continue to have job fairs for the city, for not just for the youth, but for all of everyone who needs a job. And recently, we just reinitiated our youth council. And that is something that we would love to be able to maybe find summer internship programs for them in the future. So that's also something that we are planning to do. And also something that's dear to my heart as well is to provide summer internship programs for youth, so they can be able to learn so they can be able to work while they're learning their career fields. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson?
It's a great question. There was a program that I was a part of in 7th, 8th grade called the JTPA program. And that was a job training program. And I can draw a direct correlation from that program. A little kid from the housing projects of McDonough, my first job was at the FAA. Now in the projects, we thought that a good job was an assistant manager at Burger King. That's just what we thought. I had no idea about the FAA and what that would look like as a 14-year-old kid. I can draw a direct correlation to that because I saw something different. I was able to do something different. And so I would love to reinitiate that type of programming during the summer. That was just 6 or 7 weeks during the summer, but it changed my life because I saw something different. At the time, McDonough didn't have, respectfully, black judges. We didn't have black attorneys in the area. We didn't have black engineers and business owners. And those are the things that we have now. And so to be able to give our kids those opportunities to work with them 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm done.
Thank you so much. So we have time for 2 questions. I know I saw 3. Can I hit? Huh? Just 2? 3? Okay. All right. First question. If elected, what will be your main focus for your city and why? Mr. Johnson?
So I'm going to continue my last down. Just play it. My main focus, of course, is absolutely youth. Making sure that our youth is not only have programs in place for jobs, but I am an advocate of programs. Let me change that. There is an epidemic in our community with youth drugs and youth violence, and we have to do something about it instead of just locking all of our kids up. And so the city council has to partner with the Board of Education. We have to partner with our law enforcement and even post-law enforcement. Once they're arrested, they got to go see a judge. We have to have programs in place to save our youth, because if not, we will be running the city of McDonough until our 80s and 90s. And that's just not advantageous for the growth of the city.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes, my focus would be again, with the youth, because I do have a heart for our youth. I would love to have some kind of a center or something to be able to, for our youth to be able to go to after school and on weekends, to keep them out of trouble, to keep them doing something, to keep them busy. I would certainly love to be able to do something like that. And I also would like to educate our adults. We had what's called a McDonough 101 several years ago, and I would love to bring that back. I would love to reinitiate that particular program within our city. And I would also like to continue the work in what we're doing in making our city safe with our police. You know, we're increasing our police staff right now, and we've also put in flock cameras as well as cameras to be able to detect gunshots and things of that nature. Those are the things that I look at. I want to have safety. I'd like for things to be safe for our city, for our children, and for the families. Thank you.
Ms. Fraiser?
My main focus once in office is the LIVE initiative, and right now I'm going to talk about engaging our 55-plus hour amazing seniors. And one of the things that I've done is connection in our community is so important. So National Good Neighborhood Day is coming up, so we have something going on for National Good Neighbor Day to get our seniors out, our community out. Also, I talked with our superintendent about getting our seniors in the schools to sub, because talking with my 88-year-old grandmother, she's like, hey, I want to do things, I want to volunteer, but there are opportunities to be involved with these young children. I subbed in the schools. It was a lot of fun. The teachers need our help. The other thing is making sure that we have that connection in the community and hosting consistent monthly meetings, which I already have on the calendar to talk with you. Again, I want to keep you informed, engaged, and connected. And I do that with my 60 seconds or less every single week, where I post that online with a video just to keep you informed.
Ms. Finney?
Thank you. I know you asked about one specific thing that I will focus on, but I believe we can do more than one thing at the same time because they're all interconnected. So, like I said, when I talk to voters, youth activities are one of the things that I hear a lot of, and not just that, but economic development, including jobs. So I believe we can help the youth, young people in our city, and we can also bring in jobs and work with them to do that. And at the same time, we can interconnect that with intentional growth. This city is growing so fast, we need to slow down and take our time about what we need to have and make sure we have affordable housing at the same time. So I believe we can do all of those things at the same time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so in between. Second question. Do you believe the city should provide resources to facilitate ICE operations? Ms. Finney?
Y'all saw me grow. No, I do not. I do think that our city needs to protect our citizens here. And people that are not quote-unquote citizens, they are our neighbors. And they care about us and we care about them. So I do think we need to stay within the law, but we also need to exercise our rights as a city. So I have to go to with California has done by passing a law, or I think it's on the desk to be signed by Governor Newsom, to make sure that people can't come in here, ICE agents can't come in here with their face covered. That is intimidation without, before they even come into our community. So no, I do not support that, but I do support that we stay within the law. Thank you.
Mr. Johnson?
Let me tell you something. So no, I don't support any of that. What's problematic is cities from a national level are being attacked by our own federal government, and that's problematic. And so we have to stand together as people, regardless of race, regardless of religion, sexual orientation, or even party affiliation, because this is literally just the first step. If you can snatch somebody out of Home Depot parking lot, you can snatch somebody out of their house. And so we have to stand together as a community with all of the foolishness aside and make a firm statement and set a standard nationally that can be followed by every city from coast to coast. So absolutely not. And so that's where I'm glad we're here in church so we can pray and, and pray to God they don't knock on my door. I want y'all to show up now if they do. Show up and boycott, but absolutely not. We don't support it.
Ms. Thomas.
Thank you. There is a reason why we have different stages of government. We have federal, we have state, and we have city. So we certainly don't, in the city, certainly don't want the federal government coming in and telling us what to do. We have a mayor here, we have council here that direct we make ordinances. And certainly we can do executive order, resolution, do something so that we can prevent things like that from happening, coming into our city. And no, we definitely should not. We definitely don't want anything like that coming into our city and taking over our city, because that is not the duty of the federal government to do so. We have our own set of rules and regulations, just as the federal and state does. Thank you.
Ms. Fraiser.
I'm going to go back to what Omega Finney said, and I believe in following the law. In terms of providing resources for ICE, no. But I think it's also important for our community to understand we can be more integrated here. One of the challenges that I see as the chair for the tourism board, we did $500 million last year, $40 million into the tax base. We have a guide in English and Spanish. And I spoke recently to our state representative, who's the first minority Hispanic in the state legislature, that we need to reach more Hispanics in our community. My son-in-law is half Asian. So I think it's important for us as a community to live and walk what we're preaching and saying, and especially as the people as we are here in the church. And I'll leave it at that. But I believe in following the law.
Okay, thank you. Last question from the audience. With the growth in McDonough and the county, what are your thoughts on pausing development to ensure the infrastructure can pace with the growth?
Mr. Johnson.
If it is legal to do so, then absolutely I am for it. What I don't believe is that we can pause building long enough to catch up. We are already 10, 15, if not 20 years behind in some areas. We all know that it took us far longer to get here than it should have. We know that, and it's Friday, so hopefully when y'all leave here, you can get to where you got to go a little faster. But I am in favor of some sort of pause, but it has to be strategic. It has to make sense. And if it's not going to make sense, I think we need to, again, strategically have conversations with builders and partner with the county, partner with the state, and bring in additional resources if we need to make sure that our citizens are no longer burdened by these growth pains.
Ms. Thomas.
I certainly am in favor of pausing growth development. As a matter of fact, we did that. We when I say we, mayor and council, we did just that a few years ago for maybe about a year and a half or so. We actually put a moratorium in place to stop housing development and to stop apartment development. And well, no, it was hotels and apartments. And certainly that's what we need to do. If we feel that we have too many things going on and we cannot accommodate the infrastructure and the people that are coming into our city, we do need to put some moratoriums in place in order to stop the growth. And I'm certainly in favor of that, because I really don't want a whole lot of growth if we have a whole lot of traffic to come with it. Thank you.
Ms. Fraiser.
It depends. Pausing development may also mean that we are pausing some jobs that could be created by the growth with businesses. There are businesses that can come into our community outside of the restaurants that can generate jobs and opportunities for our construction, subcontractors, and the such. So again, I'll say it depends. I think it's also important for us to collaborate with the county. I see often that we might have a development here and something the same across the street. And again, I'm telling you, when I came in, going to the meetings, it just seems like we need to have more conversations with the county, and also as we're moving forward, more conversations with all of you. Because when I ask you how we can make McDonough better together, you all talk about the infrastructure and traffic. So we need to listen to you.
And Ms. Finney.
Yes, I have to say that I hear that a lot too. The traffic, the infrastructure. We will definitely have to collaborate with the county, the state, and the city, because I've seen myself where, like, this is a new gas station here. Well, that was the county, and then here's another gas station right down the street. That's the city. So we have to talk to each other. I know the city council has looked at and has in the process approved rezoning to catch up to where we are and to meet the growth. I do agree, if it makes sense, to do a moratorium. And I believe the city did 2 years, and it was extended until October 12th of this year. So I agree with that, and I agree with the city has already done, and I think we can do more by listening to our citizens to make sure that we meet their needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, in closing, I want to thank you all so much for allowing me to be your moderator this evening. In closing, candidates will be allowed 1 minute for closing statements.
Ms. Fraiser.
Thank you all so much for hosting this for us today. And I'll say again, I'm Montina Young Fraiser, your neighbor. I am running against my HOA president to serve as your next McDonough City Council At-Large representative, which means I'm your voice and your advocate in this community. 99% of the people that I meet in the city limits of McDonough, I ask you, who is your current representative? And you say, I don't know. It's not enough for us to knock on your doors to ask for your vote, and we are not serving you in this community. I have a LIVE initiative to get local ambassadors to join me in the board meetings. Also inspiring connections with our youth, spotlighting our amazing veterans in this community, and engaging our 55-plus community. I'm almost there, y'all, engaging our seniors. So I believe that we are better together, and that's what I'm asking all of you. Montina Young Fraiser, your neighbor, let's build a better McDonough together.
Ms. Thomas.
Thank you. In closing remarks, I'd just like to give you something for thought. Some candidates, and things of which you have perhaps heard, that some candidates, if they are elected, will hand our city over to the developers, businesses, or even to the county. And it says in Matthew 7:15 and 16 that they warn us to be aware of false prophets. And so we need to pray about who you want in office, and not to be persuaded by how a person sounds and what they say. For us to please be guided by prayer in who to vote for. Also, what I'd like to also inform you, let you know of the things that we have done so far that while I've been in office. We've created funding, $1.5 million for our NC RAD for housing development here to do improvements on housing, and $300,000 for ARPA.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you.
Mr. Johnson.
In running for District 1, I have big shoes to fill. Councilman Stewart served this community for 36 years. Knocked on doors, and everybody in it knows him. I absolutely love this city, and woe be unto me if I don't run to represent the exact same district that I grew up in. I want District 1 to look just like the other districts in McDonough. I want our sidewalks to be just as edged and look just as sharp as the other side of McDonough. I want to see growth in District 1. But I want to absolutely hold our city accountable for making sure that we do for District 1 as we do for every other part of McDonough. And that's why I'm here. That's my conviction. And that's, I can talk about my platform all day, but I'm here to fight for the place that I grew up in. So thank you guys for coming tonight.
Ms. Finney.
Thank you for your time. My 25 years as a registered nurse, combined with my collaborative work on the Henry County Board of Elections and voter registration, have prepared me to serve our community. For example, many of you probably remember voting in one place for city elections and voting in another place for county elections. Well, I advocated for the election board to collaborate with the cities so that now when you go to vote for municipal elections, you can vote in one place in all of the cities here in Henry County. I will bring this experience of identifying and solving complex problems to the City Council. I hope during this last 60 minutes, 30 minutes, I've been able to prove to you how much I care for this city and how hard I work for our residents. Honesty and accountability and values are core to my being, and I promise to bring that to every one of my dealings with the city and our residents. Again, my name is Omega Finney, and I hope I have earned your vote for McDonough City Council District 1. Thank you.
Okay, we can breathe now. You can breathe. You all can breathe now. Thank you all so much. Okay, so as we transition, we will have a greetings from the Henry County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Sorority. So if you all may, Representative. Would they? No, they can. Okay, thank you.